Hey everybody, it's Brooke. I hope you're having a great day. I'm excited to be starting my next journal project. If you want to come along, stick around. Okay, so I have a whole bunch of papers picked out here. I haven't done very much work. I thought I'd turn on the camera so you guys could help me out, give me advice in the comments, cheer me on. What I am doing, you might have seen from the thumbnail, is another slow stitch book about slow stitch. This is my box full, ooh, that's a terrible glare, sorry. My box full of fabrics to make the slow stitch cover. And we'll go through it more later. But as you can see, I fell for it, you guys. I'm not a fan of the Pioneer Woman. I mean, she's fine. I'm just not crazy about that show or anything. But man, I cannot get enough of her fabric. I even have her dishes. Yep, also not a huge fan of the Walmart, truth be told. But look at these fabrics, you guys. Those colors and all the crazy patterns. I couldn't resist. So I did pick up some of those. I had this because I'm making cushions out of it, and I had some left over. And then I had all these beautiful little bits of vintage fabrics and a fat quarter bundle that was very generously gifted to me. And I have pulled out some vintage linens, all kinds of stuff. So this is the premise. This is going to be the crazy color scheme and what the slow stitch cover is going to be. And I'm actually making two of these journals. One of them is already spoken for, and I'll be making another one for the shop because I have plenty of stuff. Oh, these are the covers. I've cut those out. That wasn't exciting. You didn't miss much. I've just got the warm and natural, and then I got this beautiful Osnaburg muslin, which I cut really crookedly. I guess I'll have to cut again. Oh, maybe not. So those are the covers ready to get started, and we'll work on those together. But these are the papers I picked, and I've got a big old stack. I went rifling through my stash. The main kit that I am using is, well, there are a couple. The embroidery one is from Chapter 1 Graphics. Is that right? I meant to write it down. Her embroidery kits are just beautiful. I will obviously link it down below. I use 3 different kits, and I'll link them all down below. But aren't those just gorgeous with all the embroidery on them? So these pages are printed and ready to go. And then she's got one that's embroidery illustrations. I'm going to put stuff over here and see if it blows away because the fan is still on. Yes, it is. Isn't that so pretty? Oh, lots and lots of room to write. Lots of pale colors, which I like. But then the really bright vivid ones like that. So pretty. Pinks and reds and blues and purples and kind of a lime green. All the colors. I also have papers from Julie at the Old Design Shop. I am on her design team, and so we'll be making some things in this journal with her digitals. This one I think is Ruby and Pearl. This is Julie. And this one is Julie as well. I think those are so interesting. The patent information on some sewing objects, some more tea-dyed lace that has kind of a pink tint to it. This is a full-size embroidery from Chapter 1. Look at all the colors, you guys. It makes me so happy, all those colors. But then we tone it down with a little bit more vintage look, some browns. So it's kind of, again, eclectic. You know it's what I do. And then there's this other one that has dragonflies and all the blues. And another one of those embroidery patterns on the back. It looks like they were old iron-on transfers to me. Here's another one of the papers. And I just have the corners torn because I don't know if I'm printing them wrong or if they're kind of an odd size. I think Chapter 1 is either in Australia or the UK. And I don't usually have a problem printing, but I had a lot of borders and some of the pieces looked like they were torn. The originals were torn. So I trimmed them down and then tore some of the places that looked like the original was torn. Love that. I don't know if you can see on camera how detailed that stitching is. I mean, it looks like it's on the paper. It's just beautiful. And I thought these pages were good for writing on too. You know, I like the writing in the journal. And there's another one. Is there a right side up? I don't know. But this is so detailed. You can see the wrinkles in the fabric. You can see the grain of the fabric. They're just beautiful. So again, I'll link all those down below. The other things I pulled out were one of these American Messenger newspapers that I had from 1856, and I cut it into 3 pieces so that it could go in as, you know, a full page. It's 1850s. It probably is rag paper. Oh, excuse me. Must pause for a moment. Sorry about that, but you're welcome. I sneezed really loud and it would have blown your eardrums out. Anyway, so I cut those, so we have 3 of those. Then I have from this beautiful, let me grab the cover, this beautiful 1970 Usilla stitch book, Blue Book of Crochet. Isn't that beautiful? Out of here, I pulled some pages, and they're in really good shape considering their age, and I love the headings, and I just loved all the graphics in it. I probably will reinforce the centers where they're going to be stitched in because, you know, it is over 100 years old, but I just thought this was beautiful. Look at that. Oh, so pretty. So I did pull those. Then, of course, I had to have some ledger pages because we do, as you do. 3 different ones. My beautiful grungy blue ledger. I'm almost out. I just love this. So whoever gets this, you're getting almost the end. Don't have very much left. This is another one of my favorites. It's almost like onion skin. And then I have, these are pages from the White's sewing manual from the 20s, I think. Maybe the 40s. But the paper's in great shape. It's got a really nice texture to it. And of course it has these fun little frizzy edges where I pulled it out of the spiral binding. And I just love those. So those are going to go in there. Then I have pages from a book. Let me show you this book. I left it out so I could show you. I had on my thinking cap. This is a Victorian flower album by Henry Terry. I will also try to link this down below. I've had mine for a while, and I think I heard someone say that it's gotten really, really pricey to get it on Amazon or Abe Books, but it's just a beautiful book. I like that it's landscape. You guys know that I'm a fool for a landscape orientation. And all the notations are in Japanese or Chinese. Japanese, I think. But, oh, just beautiful. So I pulled out some full pages. It is a sewn-in binding. So I pulled out 3 pages from that to use in the book. I thought the colors and obviously the theme worked beautifully. So we've got those, 1 for each signature. And I kind of have some specialty papers. I have a butter wrapper from Canada. Actually, maybe it's not from Canada. It's from Chicago. But it's from our Canadian friend, J9 Scraps. Just love it. I have a beautiful piece of Florentine paper. I love the colors in there. And there's gold. I don't know. Oh, right there. Oh, you can see it there. Just beautiful and kind of an ivory background. I always like to put something different in as a surprise. And then I have this beautiful doily, which will have to get trimmed down, but that's okay. I just think it's so pretty. It's unusual, the shape and everything. And I did print out 2 of the kit pages on antique tracing paper, not tracing paper, typing paper. So it's just beautiful. You can see the watermark in the bond paper here. And I did already print this one out, but look at it and listen. So I'm not sure if I will use those or not because I did already use those pages of the kit, but I just think they're so pretty on there. And I have 3 antique receipts that will go in. Then I was messing around with my distress inks because instead of using coffee dyed paper, I thought I'd use some colored paper, which I don't usually do. And so I was just messing around on my glass mat with my distress inks, and I think these came out really pretty. And they have a little bit of a crinkle to them, which we all love. And the colors are really interesting. So those can be written on very easily. Oh, I really like that one. It's even got some copper up in there. I think I did this one on my jelly plate. I didn't like the jelly plate as much as the glass mat. So I've got these to choose from, and then some blues. It's got some green and some pink in it. I like that. Goes into kind of the grays and some greens. And then some yellows. Oh, look. I used a stencil. That was fun. This was the original stencil. I think this was the ghost that I picked up. Almost like the ghost better. but they're still all very pretty, so we can use those as well. I do like to start out getting my pages together, and then I do my cover after I get my pages together. Kind of gives me, you know, an idea where the journal's going. I pulled these out of a 1940, where's my paperweight? A 1940s McCall needlework book, 1947. That cover is beautiful, but it's kind of beat up. I almost wish I could use that. Might see if we could do something with that. But I did pull out some of these pages that were colorful and about needlework. The pottery look. How to win friends and influence guests. Aren't those great graphics? So obviously they're much too big, but we can cut them and fold them to make them fit. And then spring accents. I thought this one was just beautiful. Get my paperweight out. Oh, my phone is ringing. I'm sorry, you guys. I'll be right back. I'm so sorry for the interruption. I thought I turned it off. Here's another page out of that McCall's. Just love the colors. Matching yarns. Ooh, and groovy shoes on the back. Shoes and belts. And then this for Dritz yarn. Hooked yarn rugs. Remember those? So again, I mostly pulled these for the color and the texture of it. It's different. And then I found this one that I thought was super cute in their little matching outfits. Happy 3, Hero, Mommy, and Me. Hero Manufacturing Company. Never heard of it. Pretty cool ad, though. So we'll see what we can do with those guys. And then I was just messing around. I had some oops when I was printing, so I made a couple master boards. This one I made on a piece of, well, not my favorite, cardstock. And I just used pieces of the, oh, and this one I didn't. I used Old Peterson's Magazine book pages from 1878. These were pages that were broken in the book because it was in kind of rough shape. I used some tissue paper and some napkins and just did some decoupaging around with old book page, and then I used some tissue paper that I had, and I think I got that from Joggles with an order. So that's kind of fun. That will make fun tags or journaling cards or something, and we can just put something on the back to write once we cut it up. Oh, there's another piece of my not favorite scrapbook paper that I had with it in case I want to do another one. And then I did this one on an old file folder that was just laying around. I did all neutrals on the back for writing. And then on this side I did book pages. And these are a lot of my own digitals that are embroideries, and also some from Laughing Dog's Book Nook. She has really cute ones, and I'll link her down below too. Boy, you guys better make sure to check the links. There'll be all kinds of stuff down there. So I thought this came out really cute. I might put some gesso on it, I'm not sure, but we do have this to make tags with. So that's where I am in paper land. I think we have more than enough for 3 signatures, and I do have more pulled so that we can do, I can make the other journal as well, so there'll be enough for 2. So let's start with, actually let's turn this upside down. Let's start with our kit pages. Here we go. And some people have a formula, like they do the same order of pages in each signature. I really don't. I just go willy-nilly because I like the surprise on every page. See, look, it's my Pioneer Woman coffee cup. And the coffee's delicious. Sorry about that, it was getting a little dry. So let's just get these folded. It's going to be, you know, standard 8.5 by 11. I cut my covers 9 by 12, but I think I need to cut them down about 1/2 inch. And we'll just fold these. Grab my bone folder. I think they're so pretty. Have the embroidery on the outside. There were lots of fussy cuts, and I should pull those out so you can see I've done some cutting on them. Hold on, they're right over here. Let's see, is this them? I did a couple of library pockets. I started to decoupage on those with the napkin bits that were left over. But I made a belly band out of one of the pieces. There's a little card to tuck into a pocket. And then I just made some general pockets. They're not really, I mean, they're not shaped as pockets in the kit, but they're at the right size where you can just kind of fold them up and make them pockets or journal cards or whatever you want to make them. So I've done a little prep work, but you haven't missed much. Cute little envelope. I haven't sealed that yet, but I did line it with coffee dyed paper. Some tags that I did some stitching on. So really all I've done is a little bit of prep work. We're really at the beginning of this whole thing. I love how this one came out. I did variegated turquoise sulky thread, which I think looks so pretty. Big on the turquoise. Heavy on the turquoise. Another couple belly bands. These are all tags. So we have plenty of stuff to be sticking in pockets and whatnot. A couple belly bands. One I stitched, one I did not. There are some thread cards included. And then these are shaped as pockets. Oh, there are two of them. So I just cut those out and did the folding. I printed this on heavier weight, not cardstock, but it's like 160 GSM paper, so I didn't feel like I had to reinforce the top. Oh, but maybe I did. Anyway. Oh, I did. I folded it over. There. See? Make a liar out of me. I did reinforce the top just by folding the top over. Another cute little envelope with a card that goes in it. Another couple small pockets. And something that can be a journaling card or it can be used for embellishing, whatever. So those are some of the extra pieces that come with it that I cut out. And then there are lots and lots of pieces for collaging. I have a great big basket of papers for collaging and for making stuff. And this includes Julie's stuff, chapter 1 stuff, some of my own things. These are some of the other sheets that come with the kits. Isn't that pretty? So you can do a ton with it. Lots and lots of journal cards, pockets, things to be made. And then it comes with some of these little embroidery cards too. So those are cute. I've got a bunch of those to be cut out that I just lined with coffee dyed paper. I'm gonna put a paperweight back in this one too. What did I have in there? Stuff's gonna be flying. Oh, I had these little clips. The fan is oscillating. It's getting everything. All right, so that I got off track there. Just wanted to show you what came in that pretty kit. So these are just folded like, you know, like a notebook paper or whatever would be folded. And we can go back as we're putting the journal together and decide if we want to add flip outs, you know, some envelope pockets, whatever we want to do. This is just getting the basics down. Boy, I like that lace. So pretty. Just grabbing my bone folder, getting those folded. And this is generally how I start all my journal projects, is I'll have an idea about the cover, but I don't do it. I just gather some stuff and then start getting my pages put together. I think I'm repeating myself. Start getting those pages put together and go from there. We do have a lot of new friends who have never made a journal. I've had some comments about that. So if you have made many journals and this is boring, well, I'm sorry. I don't know what to say. But we do have lots of new people joining us, which I think is great. And there are so many videos in so many different styles. You can just totally watch videos all day, all night, and just kind of get some ideas, what suits you, what kind of personality you like in someone who's showing you what's going on, and see what you want to do from there. All right, so this is this beautiful, let's see, let's check the size. We'll use this for our test size. Come here, you. Okay. So it's the right height. We just need to, I'm going to go ahead and just fold it in like that. And fold it in like that. And then that gives us the option when we get there to this page what we want to do. We could sew something on, we could turn it into a tuck, all kinds of different things. Get my paper weight back on those. Oh, this was the bottom part. There was some excess left. It was long, so that could be, pockets this way. So I'm going to go ahead again and leave those, and we'll decide what we want to do. So we can fold that out that way, and we can fold this in this way. And again, when we get there, we have all kinds of options. Okay, there are those guys. And then there's this guy. Let's see. What did I do wrong? Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to fold it right about there. Gosh, Brooke. No mathing on the fly for me. Just didn't look right at all. So we could tear it off. Just the possibilities are endless. Now we've got these beauties. Let's see. This is the cover page, and the original little correction that they added is still there. I think I'm going to put a little bit of glue under there so it doesn't fall off. The glue is kind of dried up. Just tack it down because I think it's kind of cool. They mixed up explanation of stitches with the pleats. That could get confusing, couldn't it? So let's just see about this. They are 7.5 by 10. What do we want to do? Gosh, I really don't want to cut any off. Isn't she beautiful? Do we use them this way instead? Cut it there? That's a hard call. That's a very hard call. I'm going to put that aside and come back to it because I'm not sure what I want to do. Alright, so we have our beautiful ledgers. So it'll be a different ledger in each signature, and I'm fine with that. This is really thin paper and the fan is blowing it like crazy. So is the height okay? The height is okay on that. So we just have to, let's see, what should we do? We will make it a flip out. So I'll fold it right there. And then I'll fold it again that way. I should put this right there so I can judge. A little bit further. Excellent. This one I think will fit just as is. It might need a little trimming, but not much. And how about you? Again, actually it looks like it's going to fit perfectly. Yay. So now we have 3 ledger pages. These guys should be all good to go. If we just fold them in half. I don't mind if the fuzzy bit sticks out the top of the journal. I love how that looks. And it doesn't look like it's going to. Look at the chairs. Aren't they awesome? So each signature will have one of these. And these are not coffee dyed or anything. They're just beautifully aged to have this patina around the edges and everything. They make me very happy. Put those there. And we have our book pages, obviously not too tall. Well, I like to have pages different heights and different widths. You know, it looks like this guy has gone off the mark a little bit. Let's see if we can fix that. Ooh, actually quite a bit. Uh-oh. No good. No bueno. Okay. So, Let's see. We could fold that right about there. I want them all crooked. Excuse me, that sneeze sent me over the edge. And then if we bound it in there, that's the original binding mark. We could do triple pull out. That would be fun, wouldn't it? That would be super fun. So if this was our journal, it would be bound in there. You'd have that beautiful page. Turn it, have that beautiful page, go to the other side, and you would have a triple pull-out like that. Ooh, that is kind of fun. That works for me. Though, you know what? I need to pull that back just a little bit. You don't want to put this fold right up against where you're going to be binding it into the journal. It'll make it kind of difficult to maneuver. I like that a lot. Should we do another one like that? Sure, why not? Okay, so where did we fold it? That's not its original line. Okay. Okay, what did we do? Let's put this over here. Did it 5 seconds ago and I already forgot. Well, isn't that like me? Maybe we should make this one go the other direction, though. That way we'll have one going each direction. Change it up a little bit and kind of even out the bulk in the journal. Always a good idea. Not going right up to that fold. I love those flowers. Oops, that was crooked. Come on, Brooke. You can do better than that. Maybe do it like that, and we can actually turn that into a tuck if we wanted to. If we glued these two sides, this page could turn into a tuck on the side. Oh, we would lose our pretty flowers. Well, we could do it the other way. Look at that. Make that into a tuck. So again, a decision for when we get there. And then the other one, this is for the third signature. I might just leave it like that for now while we bind, and then decide when we get there. See how everything's coming along in the journal. This is mostly for fun and for texture. Going to need to get trimmed just a smidge. So that's a specialty page. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and do that right now. I'm not even going to use that. That's crazy. Is that 5.5 that we need? Ooh, I'm edging down. I'm sorry, you guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. So yeah, we barely did anything off there. Slippery paper. Okay. Perfect. So how many pages is this so far? It's 2, 3, 4, 5. This will be 6. So we have a ways to go yet. Oh, let's see here. You know what? I'm going to put this aside because I'm going to put the magazine pages and the specialty pages aside because I want to think about those a little bit more. Let's grab our colored pages and pick out some of those. Let's see, how many do we have? I really like this one. So when we get to this, we could stamp on it, we could put trims on it, we could just leave it alone because it looks cool. You know, lots of things you could do. So let's do 2 of each color. Of course, now I forget what we just counted. I don't usually use colored papers in a journal, so this is fun. Very fun. I really like this side. No, I'm going to put that one aside. I'm not sure about that one. This one's really pretty. It's pale on this side and then dark on this side. I am not using any scrapbook paper except for the paper that I collaged on, but that will be tags and stuff. I didn't have any bright enough that made me think, oh, I like how those go together. So I just left it out. Let's see, pull out some green. Sorry guys, I have them all pinned down to escape the fan. This green and yellow one I like. Oh yeah, I like this side. So all I did with this was get out my glass mat and smoosh my oxides and my sprays and did a layer at a time. Let one layer dry and I'd smoosh it out, spray it, dip the paper, let that layer dry, and then come in with another color so that they didn't mix too much. And I really like how they came out. They've got great texture. So that's 2 blue, 2 yellow, 2 green. Let's grab some pink. This, I think, was worn lipstick and picked raspberry. I like this one. I like that there's still some white showing. I wonder if these would go through my printer and I could put lines on them. Ooh, that's kind of pink and yellow together. I like that. With that kind of spray burst there. That's kind of fun. Okay, so those will be extras. And yes, I did just forget how many we counted. We've got how many kit pages? 3 kit pages. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 8 pages per signature. I'd like to do 10, and we'll have the specialty paper and the Usilla magazine paper, and that'll be 10. Cool. And I guess we're gonna have to face up to these guys mostly then. I might end up with 11 pages, who knows. So here is the specialty paper pile. Yep, still blowing in the wind. Pardon me, you guys. Allergy girl. Okay, we are gonna have to lose some of this. How big is it? That's 7. Wow. We would lose most of the border. So how big is this? That's 9. You know what, you guys? I think we're going to cut it in half. Because if we use the whole thing, we're not going to have much lace left. And it won't really have that much of a function except to kind of perpetuate the theme of the journal, you know, as much of a theme as there is, and just to be pretty and lacy. Oh, don't do that. Just change this blade. You should not be dull. All right, we'll clean that up. So now we've got 2 pages. That's cool. Maybe we could do one with the lace up and one with the lace down. Is there some way we could glue them together? Make them a little stronger? Nope. It'd be too tall, huh? Interesting. Very interesting on that. Okay, so there's that one. All right, I'm going to think about the Usilla magazine, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I'm back. Sorry, I made an executive decision. I did tear the pages in half. I mean, they came right apart. It was not a big deal. So we're going to end up folding them this way. This one I will make sure ends up in the middle of the signature because I'd like to have her open up in full width. So that is a little mental note. Will I remember? Gosh, I hope so. So we'll just go ahead and fold those. Just love that correction note. It's also got the copyright date on there, so that's pretty cool. And it's got this beautiful chart for one of the gowns and a cool ad, just like it. All right, so this is a great start to our journal. Let's clear the decks here. And I'm going to move the Florentine paper because I haven't decided what to do with that yet. So let's start out with a kit page for each signature. Just going to move these out of the way and put their paperweight back on them. What should I do with their paperweight? Also known as my scissors. Can I see my scissors? All right, well maybe those will be big enough. Okay, so I really, really like the big decorative pieces like this one. So I think these will be the beginnings of our signatures. I think these are my 3 favorite. So we'll have those. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? We'll just go ahead and deal out the papers, and then we'll arrange them individually. So there's one that has the sepia colors in it from Julie. And I think they do get 3 each. Cool. Oh, I love this one too. I love them all. Okay, truth be told, love them all. We have 1 extra because I can't count to 3. Cool. And we get a pink. Oh, I did that wrong, didn't I? We need 3 of each color. Well, maybe we don't. Will this work out? Again, no mathing on the fly. So that's a pink and a green, a pink and a blue, pink and a blue, pink, green, yellow, pink, blue, yellow. So we'll just put a pink one there. Ah, Brook math, look at that, it does work. It's a real thing. How exciting. So there's that one. And then they each get one of the floral book pages. We'll put this one this way so it doesn't get in our way. And everyone's going to get one of the white sewing course pages. Just love these chairs, so cute. Everyone's going to get a ledger page. I think we went over our 10 pages, you guys. Yeah, well, we can always rearrange. Then we've got our 2 doily pieces and our butter wrapper, which I just love. I love the colors. These are our Busilla magazine pages. And then we've got our American Messenger. That's a nice assortment of old and new pages. I'm pleased with that. All right. So let's get a little organized here. Oh, I found my paperweight. Silly. Okay, so then what I would do is just go through, and again, I'd like to start with a kit page. I think I want to start with this one. I love all the colors. Nope, changed my mind again. So we've got that. We could go into a floral. Have a nice plain page or a plainer page. And then we could have the magazine page. Oh, we have that. McCall's magazine too. Maybe we'll cut some of those out for fussy cuts. And then let's put another kit page. Was that the one? Nope, it doesn't have the lady that I wanted in the middle. And then we have our messenger page. And let's see, let's put a colorful page. And a ledger page. Actually, I might put the ledger in the middle for writing, so it opens up all the way. We'll put in our sewing course page. And our doily page. That looks so pretty up against that, doesn't it? Although, I love those colors together, but maybe these colors would make the doily stand out more. Let's just see. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I kind of like that. Still some little bits of the doily that didn't come all the way out. We'll get those out. And then we have our flip out ledger page. And there we have it. So let's take a look. Oh, I knew there was another kit page. Silly girl. Let's try to get... What's on the inside of the kit page? Maybe we'll make that the center. Fold it this way. There we go. Okay, now let's look. That's all of our pages. Let's count them and see. 1, 2, oh, I love those colors together. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I love the mixing of the old and the new, and the bright and the kind of vintage looking. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, if I counted right, I guess we went way overboard, but there you go. That's how I roll, and I really like how that looks. I am pleased with that. So there is signature 1. Let me go ahead and clip it together, and I will go through and do the same thing with all the pages, and then we'll start building stuff to put in it, as well as building the cover. I think it's going to be super fun. And I think it's going to be, well, they're going to be beautiful journals when they're done. And I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you got some value out of it. That is just how I put journals together, but there are certainly tons of ways to do it. Come on back and we'll start putting the cover together real soon. I want to thank you for stopping by. If you're new here, thanks so much. Hope you consider subscribing and hitting that like button and the subscribe bell. And if you're not new, thanks, you guys. I appreciate you every time you come to visit, and I will see you again real soon. Bye for now.